Hi guys, it's T from Allure Tech. Welcome to another video, and today we'll be doing a review on the Nexus 6P. I've been using it for the past 6-7 months, been going through it thoroughly, and there's quite a few good points and a couple of bad points. Let's get into it. Okay, first thing I want to talk about is build quality, so let's get into it. And I apologise in advance, I'm going to keep the phone at this length because this camera is awful at focusing, so every time I bring it close it goes out of focus and I can't seem to get back into it again, so I'm just going to keep it at this length, so I apologise for that. So what does it feel like? It feels really nice. The metal is really well put together, feels nice in the hand, still quite large, but on the whole a very nice device. I would say that it dings pretty easily. I'll throw some photos up there, and I've got quite a few dings actually, and every time it falls over I'll get one quite often. There's some pretty bad ones as well, so I think they could employ maybe the Series 7000 aluminum next time. Can't believe I just said aluminum, I mean aluminium. I've been watching too many tech videos from America. A lot of people said the visor wasn't too pretty, but I got used to it. I wasn't too bothered, so that's fine with me. Buttons are quite well placed, quite tactile. The rest of the phone is pretty bare, pretty minimalist. So I did say in my unboxing that the camera was slightly offset in here, and I thought that was there could have been a bit more attention to detail on that side. Next, I want to talk about the display. Now the display is beautiful. It's an AMOLED screen. What can you say? It's so vibrant, it's nicely saturated colours. Definitely my favourite. I think a lot of people for some reason prefer natural colours on a screen, but I don't think that makes sense. It's a screen, you want everything to look much better than it does in real life. You want everything to be punchier, you want everything to look more impactful, so why would you want it natural? Natural is, real life is dull, so colours are not going to look that good. So for me personally, I definitely prefer the AMOLED screens over LCD or IPS LCD screens, especially if I go into Netflix. Look, that literally melts, that blackness just melts against all the rest of the phone, and I think that looks awesome. So you know, that's what they're known for, AMOLEDs, aren't they, for their incredible blacks. So the screen is very nice. The only problem and issue I have with it is when I'm outside in the sunlight, it's quite difficult to see what's on screen. I think they could have definitely improved that quite greatly, and I hope they do on the next iteration. Also, it's so beautiful that it actually seems like there's very few layers between the display, the covering glass and the display underneath. It literally looks like it's printed on. I don't know if you can see from this angle. I don't want to bring it any closer obviously because of out of focus problems. What does the user interface feel like? After 7 months, it's fast. It's definitely fast, but I'm not gonna lie and say I've had absolutely no lags, because it has been bogged down sometimes. There is a few lags here and there. But which phone doesn't lag? I mean, a lot of iPhone users say that, you know, iPhones don't lag ever, but I'm sure that, you know, at some stage they do. So it's been pretty minimal, but it's still there. It's not as bad as Samsung's TouchWiz at all, not even close. But it's not really noticeable, to be fair, but it is there. I love the notification center. Really easy, got all your quick options there. I love the fact when you get a message and you can reply to it straight from notifications. That's incredibly handy, very quick. You know, you don't miss a beat in what you're doing. You can just bang, reply from there, then get on with what you're doing, which is quite good. The Photos app hasn't been my favourite. Okay, I don't know what I'm going on that. I have it, this is the way it's laid out. and it's what you've taken on your camera, and it's organised it into date order, which is fine. But I'm kind of used to where as soon as I click onto the photos icon, all of my photos and folders are there. So what I've taken, what I've organised from before, like WhatsApp images, photos from my Note 4, photos from my bachelor's degree and things like that, which is all organised in one place on the first screen, which this doesn't quite do. So it's a very small niggle, quite subjective, so I don't know, everyone else might like it the way it is. One thing I would have liked is to be able to change the icons. I brought I think it's the Aurora pack, or so I can't quite remember, from the App Store. When I had my Note 4, I brought a couple of icon packs just to improve, because I absolutely hated Samsung's version of of how they did it. Didn't really enjoy it. So, but I can't really do that on here. I can't install them, which is a bit of a shame. That would have been just a bonus, really. I mean, I do like Google's icons. They're pretty clean, but I think the ones that I had in, where are they? So for example, Audax icon pack. They're really nice circular icons. I just can't use them on this phone. And I think to some extent Google is similar to iPhone in that sense. They don't let you do certain things unless you root them, really. How does the camera fare? It's been excellent so far. Low light's been really good. Daylight shots have been crisp, vibrant. Again, I'm not really looking for natural colour. As long as the images look crisp, punchy, in my eyes, I'm happy with it. So it's definitely satisfied me in that sense. Video's been really good. What I'll do is I'll throw up a couple of shots just so you can see what they're like. Even the interface, the camera interface has been really nice, quite easy to use. Not any issues there. I always use my camera in automatic mode. I don't really delve into the nitty gritty manual mode. I just can't be bothered with that. If I see something good and I want to take a picture of it, I want to whip out my camera, get straight onto it. I don't want to mess around with anything, and I don't do any post image processing as well. So for me, it's been perfect for my needs. The shortcut's been quite good. I mean, I've used it a couple of times, but I just think Samsung's version with the physical home button on front and a double tap of that I think it's just slightly better. I think it's because this button is it's stiff. It's very tactile and stiff, so sometimes I don't kind of get it right. And it's not as quick as Samsung's shortcut, definitely, but fast nonetheless. Battery's been very decent. Been getting between 4 and 5 hours on screen time. It takes me through a day quite easily. Sometimes I have a bit of juice left for the next day as well. I've got a charger at work, so I charge it at work, I charge it at home, so that's not really become a problem for me. I haven't really noticed that, do you know what, the battery's really horrible, or I've been left wanting in a certain situation, so very happy there. Also the fingerprint scanner. Fast, reliable, does what it says on the tin, but I would have preferred it on the front. I think I've made my decision. I think I would have preferred it on the front, because if I'm just sitting down, phone's on the table, I've got to pick it up, got to turn it around and do that. That's, to me, a bit cumbersome compared to bang, check your notifications, that's it, and then go back to what you're doing. I think that's slightly better. I mean, what is it? You're saving a couple of seconds? What? No, not even a couple of seconds. a second, but you know, speed is what it's all about. And the speakers have been really nice, very loud. I don't usually watch, I mean when I'm watching YouTube videos, they've sounded really nice and full, a bit bassy as well. They're not as good as HTC's version. I had the 1M7 before, I really enjoyed them. I think they had a bit more bass, a bit more of a fuller sound, but these are probably the best ones you can probably get in the market right now, especially now that HTC 10 has they've stopped doing the stereo speakers on the front. So what else is there about this phone? I think overall I've been very happy with it. There's not many problems apart from niggly stuff like the customization of the icons, the Photos app. I think it's everything you'd want in a phone, and it was when I brought it, it was £419. It was an offer on it. It was like £30 off from the UK Google store, so I've got no complaints. Value for money, it's spot on. This is a phone for someone who's looking for a nice, vibrant, large screen to watch, to consume a lot of media, and wants a decent pair of speakers to go with that, wants a decent camera, wants a stock Android, which is a very clean, beautiful, efficient experience, and wants all the rest of the bells and whistles that you get with 2016 phone. So yeah, I mean I haven't had a lot of complaints. I mean, after using this for 7 months, as I said, it does get slightly bogged down. There are some slowdowns here and there even after 7 months. To be fair though, when I had my HTC 1M7, even after using that for like 8-9 months, it was still quick, and I was still shocked by how quick it opened apps and closed apps and all that kind of stuff. But that's maybe because I came from I think it was what phone was it? What phone did I have before my HTC and 1M7? I think it was probably the HTC Desire or something. So that was a stark contrast. But I think we've come to a point where all phones now are great. I mean, you've got the budget phones coming up as well, like the Axon phones, the phones from Alcatel, OnePlus 3, the Galaxies are, you know, they're top notch. The HTC 10 is a really nice phone. I think it's very difficult to make a choice nowadays, and I think it comes down to the specifics of what you're particularly looking for. Is it a large screen? Is it a more manageable, smaller phone? Is it what operating system? Yeah, I think it's going to almost come down to what operating system you prefer, because everything's just getting so good. All the cameras are getting better. The screens, they're more or less, everyone's using AMOLED screens. I mean, obviously you have the differentiating factors like the speakers and stuff like that, and I think what Moto Z, Motorola are doing with the Moto Mods, that's really innovative. I think they should get an award for that, bloody hell. But I think that's what it's going to come down to, something that's outside the box. What I'm going to do is, with my reviews, I'm going to give the phone a score out of 10 of what I personally think that justifies it. And for this, the Nexus is going to get a massive 9 out of 10. I think it's an awesome phone. Ticks all the boxes for me. I've had minimal complaints, minimal issues. I've not been left wanting on anything. I'm not thinking, do you know what, on my next phone I want this which is better, or that which is better. I used to do that with my other phones, where I'm thinking the next phone I'm going to get is going to have a better battery because the battery on this is crap, or the screen on this is horrendous, or the operating system I just don't like. I don't like the way it does this, I don't like the way it does that, and I hope that the next phone that I'll get is going to iron out those issues. But with this, it hasn't been much, so 9 out of 10. It's not completely perfect, but it's more or less there. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope to see you in the next one.